Hey everyone, welcome back. It is now October 7th of 2025, and ever since the Charlie Kirk assassination, we have seen a wave of celebrities, personalities, and those in the media unfortunately saying downright offensive things about the guy, his family, his friends, and even his wife Erika Kirk. And it's really not a good look for the media. It's most certainly not a good look for Hollywood right now, since you do have, unfortunately, a lot of actresses and actors, writers, directors coming out saying all these different crazy things about Charlie Kirk, and just really dragging in the anti-Trump rhetoric. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new, and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. Now, Jane Fonda, I'm sure that you know exactly who she is. She's a very well-known actress over decades. You know, we know that she's been in many, many films that are very familiar with a lot of people spanning different generations. However, as of late, she's been pretty much yet again another one of those insufferable actresses going on and on about anti-Trump this, anti-Trump that. And lately, well, she got herself caught up in a lot of trouble after making remarks related to Charlie Kirk, President Trump, and Trump supporters all mixed in one. Let's get into this. Now, one thing about Jane Fonda is that we know that she has been insufferable for quite some time. She obviously gets very political. She drags it into her own career, her own acting career. And this is the one big piece of advice that I always actually give out to a lot of them out there, and the general public keeps giving them advice, and it really works to no end. Do not drag politics into your career if you are working as an actor, actress, musician, director, writer, it doesn't matter. The minute you start doing that, you alienate your actual fan base, and it's just not going to work in the long run. If you want to actually be, into politics, become a political commentator then, but actors should really just stay in their lane. Now, one thing about all of this is that we already know that Jane Fonda, alright, we know that she's trying to make a comeback with her acting. We also know that she's trying to get back into movie making more so than ever before. Now, on top of everything here, with all, of course, dozens of celebrities coming forward to take advantage of the Charlie Kirk assassination by mocking him, politicizing his death, or outright lying about him, one major development going on now involves how Jane Fonda recently got fired by a major Hollywood studio after she went on a Charlie Kirk-related rant that connected itself to President Trump. Fonda delivered the following. Just look at what happened on September 10th to this man, Charlie Kirk, who, rest in peace, by the way, but I would never buy into his far right-wing views that have destroyed our country, which led to Trump acting like a fascist. And if we don't win back the White House in the near future, I don't think we will ever have another chance. Because once people are brainwashed, they are brainwashed to believe whatever that person is saying. Men like Trump truly believe that the rest of the world doesn't see through his BS. He even used the man Charlie Kirk's memorial as a political rally, and his wife Erika Kirk encouraged it. I don't know what wife would allow that, but hey, that's not for me to say, I guess. It's just outright crazy to me. This is what's everything wrong with our country right now. The death of this man, Charlie Kirk, which is rallying his supporters to encourage Trump the way he acts. It's disgraceful, and I don't think that's the type of legacy he would want to leave behind. Now, guys, let me say one thing about Jane Fonda once more, is that she, much like many other actors out there, they keep comparing Charlie Kirk's memorial to a full-fledged Trump rally. And on top of that, they always continue to mock Erika Kirk for attending that or hugging Trump and doing anything like that. And it obviously just goes to show you exactly what a lot of these actresses and actors are what their priority is, and how they're not really lending out support to Charlie's family and friends. The only thing that they think about first, and I brought this up several times before in the past, the only thing that they think about first is how could they turn this into a Trump-related topic, basically. And already she's going off about fascism and how Trump is a this and a that. It's very exhausting. Now, after Jane Fonda, get this, delivered these remarks about Charlie and Trump, HBO decided to axe an entire project that was going to feature Jane Fonda, a brand new miniseries they were working on that was going to focus on a 6-episode show of guided meditation and yoga by Jane Fonda, where Fonda would be an instructor of sorts for HBO Max. This miniseries was going to actually pay her a whopping $8 million plus, which was ultimately scrapped after HBO executives caught wind of Jane Fonda's remarks about calling Trump a fascist and connecting Charlie Kirk's passing to that rhetoric. Jane Jane Fonda, who is a well-known actress over decades, is already losing a wave of her own fans that are refusing to even watch anything with her in it again. To make matters worse for Fonda is that she is already blaming the HBO execs for acting like misogynists. This didn't help her case at all, where it only made HBO's decision even easier to make. Other studios working with Fonda are also said to be in the talks of axing other projects, while other studios are still holding on to working with her for the time being. However, her HBO deal was going to be a big one, since she took over this meditation and yoga series from another personality that was let go months ago by HBO as well, though for far different reasons. Now again, guys, like I said before I move on here, let me just say one thing about Jane Fonda is that she really grew to be a very insufferable actress the minute she started getting political, and we've seen this happening since 2016, 2015 progressively. We've only seen her getting worse and worse, and now in 2025, it really is beginning to hit rock bottom for her, because now she's losing work, she's trying to make a comeback, it's not working at all, and look, we all know that she's up there in age, right? And so I can only imagine what these studios are actually thinking about Jane Fonda right now. You know, whether or not it's even worth to actually attempt to go through with this anymore. Now, HBO, I think, made the right call. For starters, they decided to axe this project, get rid of her, especially after going on this constant Trump hate train that nobody really wants to listen to anymore. People are just exhausted about it. Whether you like or dislike Trump doesn't matter. Everyone is getting exhausted by all these celebrities just saying the same thing over and over again like a broken record. Now, this all led to Fonda holding a very intense argument with her entire team, and how she actually started to blame them for mishandling the negotiations that were short-lived when she tried to get her show back from HBO. Fonda is trying to make a comeback in the midst of all of this, regardless. So, she's still trying to actually latch on to a comeback, to get more movie roles, to get more, hit movies out there in the future. And look, we know one thing about Jane Fonda right now is that she is very much like a lot of other actors out there, actresses, those out there like Robert De Niro or Julia Roberts, George Clooney, Alec Baldwin. They will never let go of their politics, and if they even do, it's only temporary. Just because they want to give it a little bit of a break, let everything cool down, then they just kickstart it up again. That's basically what's happening right now. We all saw a cool down for a while, right? For like a good 4 to 5 months, a little bit. And then once Charlie Kirk was assassinated, we saw all of these celebrities that were just going on a constant Trump hate train back in November, December, January, February, which was the tail end of it. And then they came back. It's crazy to me, but we know one thing about this right now is that Jane Fonda is losing work. She's actually dealing with a lot of backlash from her own fans. A lot of her own long, loyal fans are giving up on her. We're talking about fans that are also in their 50s, 60s, 70s that grew up with her work. But overall, I would love to hear what everyone has to say about this below in the comments. Anything related to the whole Jane Fonda situation, to the whole Charlie Kirk assassination, and how this is just creating a wave of firings and cancellations. But yes, guys, I would like to hear what you all have to say about that below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.